Okay. Hi, this is Gayle. Welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing great tonight. I'm doing great. I'm sure you all are too. Why am I even asking? I do want to ask you though to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And by all means, give me a big thumbs up. Give me a great big like on this live stream. Okay. Thank you all for stopping in tonight. Now, we don't have any kind of huge agenda or anything like that. We don't have anything set to talk about tonight. It's just on anybody's mind. That's what we usually discuss on Sunday nights. So we've got 3 watching right now. I want to thank each of you for coming in. We've got Stellar Popper. Sorry, Stellar. I've got Tanya and Laurel. So welcome you all. Hope you're having a good night. Oh, hit 50 like for Gayle. Yes, thank you. Appreciate y'all 3 hitting the likes. Yeah, did something stupid tonight, so sorry I'm late. I actually went ahead, popped on, started a different live stream, and then remembered I already had this one set. Plus, the other one wasn't streaming anyway because it was on private. So as soon as I realized that, I shut that down, and here I am. So, oh, Laurel's saying that Candy had her 6th birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Candy. Happy birthday. Good. That's awesome. Did you do anything special to celebrate the day? And Tanya says, it's not an uncommon thing for me, and happy birthday to Candy. So there you go. Oh, I've got 4 watching now. Go ahead and dive on into the chat room and say howdy. So did you all have a big birthday party for Candy? Because I know she's 4-footed, but we still like to do something for Tomlin. Usually with him, though, it's just an extra TREAT. So, Stellar, where are you? Are you still here? I think she is. And Laurel says, yes, she got 2 toys and a couple of bites of carrot cake. Sounds like a good birthday party to me. Anytime toys are involved, you know it's going to be good. So, mine's over here at the door. I don't know if he's going to come in or not. We'll see. Stellar's going, carrot cake, yum. I'll second that. I actually made carrot cake from scratch not too long ago. You all can all be impressed. It will never happen again. I put all that time and all that. Well, it was cheaper, I will say that. But we had the carrots, so after all that shredding and putting all of the spices in, it tasted good, but it took forever. I'm not really 100% sure it was all that much better than store-bought, I'm telling you. Hey, Tomlin, what are you doing, bud? You want to come over here and say hi? You want to say hi? Here, say hi. Hello. Whoops. We even got it on there. I know, right? You know what, Tomlin? I think they'd rather see you than me. What are you doing? Okay, never mind. You want to hop up there? No? Yes? No? I don't know what he's doing. You don't know what you're doing either, bud, do you? Are you going to sit on my feet? Yep. You're going to try to anyway, huh? There you go. He got caught on the cord. I don't know what he's doing. Sorry about that, y'all. See, Laurel says, hi, Tomlin. Yeah, come here. Come here. What? You're just staring at. Okay, now he's going. I don't know. Hi, Tomlin. He just walked out. Whoops. And with that, he took my electrical cord off the computer. Silly boy. Okay. Sorry about that. Now he's coming. He will let me know what he wants eventually. And our pets always. So, anyhow, going back to the carrot cake thing, I did all of the shredding of the carrots and measuring out the spices, and I cheated. I used apple pie spice. And, for all that trouble and all that time, I'm not sure it was that much better than store-bought. So I think next time I'll just get the box. It was better, but it wasn't tons. It wasn't like 3 hours better. Do you expound on signing up with Amazon Prime? Yes. And, Tanya says Archer's a bed hog, but he's not wanted to leave my side since I hit my ankle. I also fell. Yesterday was a bad day. Are you okay? I don't blame him for not wanting to leave your side. I hope you're okay. And Stellar says, I'm sorry yesterday was a bad day, and she's also asking if Tanya's okay. Okay. And Laurel, let me expand just a little bit. Amazon Prime. Let me pull this up and go to a screen share window. That way you can see it better. Okay. Shut up. Oops. You already got me. Okay, Amazon Prime. I'm already signed into my account. Okay. So you would click here for Amazon Prime, and it has I bet it's not giving me the options because I'm already signed into my account. Okay, let me see if I can sign out, if it'll tell me what I want to know. How do I sign out? Site stripe, turn off site stripe. No, I just want to log out. Is anybody else getting the feeling that this is like Hotel California? I can check in, but I can't check out. I can never leave. Let's see down here if it says. Okay. There's got to be another way to do it. Let me see. I'll just see if I can surf and get right straight to it. Okay, here we go. Good old Bing. It never lets me down. Okay. And I get reward points. Woo! All right. So Amazon Prime has, and you can use the link I sent you or not, but you can do your membership for $12.99 a month, or you can use the link I sent. Let's see if it says see more plans. Let me see what else it's got. Okay. It's got, now it's got it down here. Are you a student or do you have a valid EBT Medicaid card? Okay. I had not seen that before. That's good to know. Okay, with Amazon Prime, they give you 2-day shipping, movies, streaming, unlimited reading on any device, free unlimited photo storage. In some areas, you get free same-day delivery, but that's extremely limited. So, and you've got options to pay for it monthly or to pay $120 a year, which to me is a lot of money. So monthly works out better. So these are what you get. So when you go to order an item, Let's see. Do I have anything in my wish list that I want to go ahead and order? Okay, I'm going to pick on this. It's a computer mouse. It's $9.99. So if I wanted to order this, I would get free delivery, and it says by Monday, February 4. I don't know how that's going to work out, but with the snow, holidays, weekends, sometimes it can get delayed. But anyway, if I was to order it, then I would have free delivery by Monday, February 4, because I'm an Amazon Prime member. Now, you can share Amazon Prime with different members of your household, which is really nice. They just don't get the same level of benefits that you do. So you might get the free shipping, and they might get some of the benefits as far as it may just be free shipping. You don't get live streaming, and you don't get the music streaming. They might get the books. So that's what they would get. And so it makes it nice, especially if you're like me and you order from Amazon all the time. Let me check this here. Okay. Especially if you're like me and you order from Amazon all the time, then knowing I don't have to pay any more for the shipping because I'm already paying for it. For me, it works out to be convenient, and it works out to be a pretty good deal. And Trash and Bag Fashion Lover's in. Hi, Trash Bag Fashion Lover. I missed you coming in, and I'm so sorry about that. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to scoot up just a little bit here and get back to the chat. Stellar says, Laurel, make sure you're on live chat instead of top chat. That might make a difference. Okay, what is it? Laurel says, I'm not seeing other people's comments. Okay, and that's why Stellar said, okay, what she did about live chat instead of top chat. Okay. And Laurel says, now I'm seeing other comments. So, yay. Glad for that. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, I use Amazon Prime all the time to buy my plastic garbage bags. And Stellar says she uses it for streaming video. Anya said that's why she uses it in music. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, yes, they do. Tanya says that's how she uses it shared. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says you can manage them, and that is not true. Okay, which is not true? Oh, she says you can manage what your household features are. Okay. I didn't know that. I've never been able to use the streaming video. My husband's account, scoot back. I personally have not been able to use the streaming video on his account. So that's good to know. I use the shipping all the time. And he and I will stream videos together. Okay, you can use streaming. I'm going to have him check his settings. That's good to know. So that's why I like it mostly, because of the 2-day shipping. And like I said, we'll stream some videos together. Also, I like some of the Kindle books, so I use it for that too. I used it a lot when I was taking classes because the Kindle could read it to me. So that's why I did a lot of Kindle. So, yeah. Laurel, I hope that answers your questions. And that's why, like I mentioned online, that Jocelyn is looking for people to help her do reviews on Amazon. The shipping is why they want you to have Amazon, because they don't reimburse any kind of shipping costs. Laurel says, don't let Tom order anything on Amazon. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't have Alexa. Okay. You just can't speak and say order for me. So, which is a good thing, right? And Stellar says he'd order trees and squeak toys. And yes, he would. Yes, he would. Tony says, told her would if I could, but I can't. Gotcha. Ooh, and Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, I'm wearing some trash bags as I chat with you all. Good for you. I still have to finish making my bag, my big purse. Because I thought I could get it done in December, and the problem is I don't know what I did with it. So I got to find it. It's here. I just haven't looked for it. To be truthful with you, I forgot about having it. So, and then here you are, and that jogged my memory. Maybe Stellar can help me remember. I love that. I rely on Stellar to help me remember lots of things. Mm. So, Tanya, I missed if you said you're doing okay after your fall. Let me get back up here and see if you answered that. And I just was showing the Amazon stuff. Let me see. Okay, I see now that you hurt your ankle and you have a large knot on some scar tissue from my surgery on it when I was 5. I think I heard the scar tissue. Okay. That sounds rough. And Tanya also says that Archer would fill the house with toys. And Stellar says, no idea where it is, but I've got grocery bags coming out my ears if you need to make another one. I might take you up on that. What it is, it's several layers of plastic bag fused together with the iron, and then the idea is to sew all those together. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, if you want some recommended trash bags to buy on Amazon, please ask. Okay. I actually never thought about buying bags on Amazon. I was focused on the recycling aspect. So that's what I was thinking. So, but go ahead. Actually, are you in my Facebook group? I know you wouldn't be in under Trash and Bag Fashion Lover, but if you are, pop it in there. Or you can put it down here in the comment section. Chat section. Sorry. And Tanya says, we go to Walmart and they have dog toy bins on the floor. He looks at them and gives me the puppy dog eyes. When I tell him, he picks out one. That's cute. And Trash and Bag Fashion Lover, I'm glad you're offering. It just had not crossed my mind. Okay, and you're not on Fashion Book. Okay, not on Facebook. Okay, well, if you want to suggest it and put it in the chat box here, that would be great. It probably is, Stellar. He says, speaking of missing bags, I found a blue reusable Walmart bag that I'm pretty sure is yours. Probably is. So you can give it back to me when you see me. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, put what? Put your suggestions for what bags to buy off of Amazon. If you want to, you can put that down in the chat box. Because I know Laurel's into art and crafts. So, she might be interested. I would be interested. It had never occurred to me. So, okay, great. Because what I've been trying to do is find a different way to use the mountain of trash bags that I have. We did, for a while there at church, we took some of them and we made mats for the homeless. So now that project has concluded, I got to figure out what to do with all these extra bags. Okay, Tanya's going to go wake Archie and make him move over. Okay. I hear you. Tomlin's a bed hog too. Trash Bag Fashion Lover says fashions is a good project. I think it sounds good. I've got that bag started. So if I can figure out how to finish the bag, maybe I can show the girls at church how to do it. They might enjoy it. Laurel says, I braid trash bags and make mats and throw rugs. Okay. I have a braided rug that I started several years ago that I have not finished yet. And Laurel, part of the reason that I haven't finished it yet is because I literally can't figure out how to finish that last braid. I know I've got to work it in, or that last strip of fabric. I know I've got to work it into some previous braids, but I'm not sure how. But I haven't worked on it in a while. So. And Tanya says she loves beaded rugs. I bet it's braided. They're so soft. Now, Laurel, when you braid your trash bags, how do you wash them if they get dirty? Because I thought about doing that for our camper van for right in front of the bed, so it's not going to be quite as cold when I get up in the morning. Because it's like any other hard floor, it gets cold. Mm. I hate shopping for new phones. I feel your pain. Suggestions for new phone, anyone? Yeah, what I usually do on my phone shopping is I go on the Straight Talk website and I look and see what's on sale. And then I go into my local Walmart and find out what's on sale. And I probably shouldn't base my purchases on price, but price usually drives it. Laurel says hose them off in the shower. Okay. And Stellar says do trash bag rugs insulate. No, I think it's going to have to. Because it's another layer on the floor. Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, and so dry it real good. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of a problem in the camper van. Because I'll be going in and out of the van. So it's gonna get dirt in it, and I'm not gonna have all the access to the showers like I would like. So I've got a battery operated shower head in the van. So I may have to just work on it from there. So that might help. But I'm not going to be able to wash it like every day, like it really sometimes needs, because I'm always sweeping out the van. Stella can tell you I drove her crazy with it. Which, speaking of the van, I went ahead and added some parts to the part that I did live the other day where I talked about how to stay warm in a camper van. I got my Mr. Buddy heater or Mr. Heater back and added that in. So it's all reformulated a little bit, and I've got that going up tomorrow. So if you know somebody who's in a camper van, whether it's Life Choice or homeless or whatever, then if they're cold, suggest they watch that video. Maybe it'll help them. Stellar says, I'm thinking about a tent floor for my homeless clients. Would it be good outside? And then Tanya says, it's a great phone, but I think it got injured in the fall yesterday. Ooh, ow. Poor phone. Stellar, I'll see what I can do about bringing it up with me, and that way you can see it. It I think it would insulate. I haven't tried it. I think it would insulate at least the floor of the van, and I don't see why it wouldn't insulate in a tent floor, because I mean you are getting up depending on how thick what you're braiding is, it will put you from anywhere from a half an inch to an inch. But Stellar, if that'll work, the homeless clients could put them together right there, even in your office if they need to, because I'm sure the community would love to bring you all of their used bags. Because with me, even though I use paper, they accumulate, and I swear I think they multiply. And let's see. Tanya says, when I fell, Archer ran to me. That mom, even though she was already, oh, so he outran your mom or ran to you even though your mom was there. That's really cool. And Tanya is asking which Samsung phone Stellar has. Laurel says, did you see my comment about Candy has made calls on my smartphone while I've fallen asleep with it in bed? No, I missed that. I missed that completely. Um, I don't with Tomlin. I don't ever like let him pick my phone up unless I just have to, because he's been known to make phone calls. Just picking it up and handing me the phone. And Stellar says J3 Lunar Pro. Your S8 is newer than mine. Okay. And Tanya says, have you seen any S9? I don't know anything about the S9. I'm on like a Sky 7 or something like that. I don't know. I would have to restart this phone, I think, to figure out what I'm on. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. Hey, ladies, you all with service dogs. Did you see my video yesterday that I posted about the dog park at the truck stop? If you know anybody who's going to be on the road with their dogs, tell them to look at Love's Truck Stop, because they're trying to put these in across the U.S. And so that I'm so happy, because it's going to make travel easier, because it'll give, a real good place for the dogs to play. It's not huge, but it's a decent size, and it's really pretty nice. And Tanya said she did, and that's awesome. That's good. And Laurel says that her family would be saying hello when she sat on it. We're talking about the dog phoning. And Tanya's going to switch phone companies anyway and might get a new one. If you're going to switch phone companies, then that may take care of your whole phone problem right there. And Laurel said she did see it. Okay, there you go. I think that'll be helpful to so many people who are traveling with pets. And that video, I was so excited because Tomlin was actually one of the first few dogs that was in that dog park. I was really excited to know that. We went back yesterday so I could get a photo of Tomlin by the front gate, and they have added like a picnic table and some things to it. So they're going to make it nice. They still haven't gotten the lights up, and they may put it. So that'll give you an idea of what kind of things that they're putting in with the dog park. And Tony says, have a bill that's way too high, and says, Laurel, it's a good phone, but the bill's too high. I understand. Yeah. I do mine with Straight Talk, and I just go on the Straight Talk website, and like I said, I see what's less expensive. But some companies, like, I'll just pick on Verizon. We used to have them, and they would like throw phones at you. So yeah, you'll be in good shape. But switching phones is so hard because, they say that, they can switch everything over, but there's always some things that get lost. And Laurel says it's water resistant. With hers, that's going to be great. And Stellar is also suggesting Straight Talk. But it depends on what you need with your phone. Like, the one thing about Straight Talk that I hate, and I can understand why they do it, is you have unlimited talk, and you have talk and text. And then on your data plan, you have, they call it unlimited, but you have 10 gig at high speed. And then after that, they throttle you down to 2 gig. Well, most people aren't going to use the 10 gig, but you can't use it as a hotspot. So you have to use it on the phone. That's the only thing. You can watch and do pretty much as you want to on the Straight Talk, but you can't tether it. Also, if you go out of the country, your Straight Talk phone is not, they don't have towers in Canada. So. Laurel says, I'm with T-Mobile since 2006. And Stellar says, my phone bill is $54 after tax with 10 gig. Okay. I think mine's like 51 and change after tax. Stellar, your tax bill must be higher. That's really interesting. I hate it when places go high on the taxes, though. But I thought Tennessee was like, for sales tax, the highest around. Interesting. Hey, Men's OM says hi. She just came in. So hello. Hi, Men's. Welcome. I'm asking everybody, if you haven't given me a thumbs up on the video yet, please go ahead and do that. So, yeah. Now, Men's, I've seen your channel. If I'm not mistaken, you do some guitar work. Is that right? And Min says, can't relate. I'm a 17-year-old dude. Okay. Well, we're just talking about phones. What phone is hot for 17-year-old dudes right now? Is it an iPhone or is it Android? I'm curious. Which platform? Or Microsoft? And Laurel says, my phone is my everything. Camera, phone, internet, and entertainment. Okay. So, Laurel, can you stream or tether? And Tanya says, mine too. And yay for men. Hey. I just recently got a guitar, and my husband bought me a guitar stand. It's one of the wooden ones that I really wanted. So that's why I was asking. And Feller's saying, men's that cool. We're talking about phones. We were talking about dog earlier. Feel free to chime in. Gotcha. Yeah, men's, we don't have any kind of set anything on these live streams. It is strictly what anybody wants to talk about. We tend to talk a lot about lots of different things. And Min says, I don't really care what type of phone it is, as long as it has a good camera and runs good. I use Android. Yay for Android. That's what I got. I actually, and Tanya, this is something that you want to think about. I don't know which platform you're used to using, whether it is Android or iPhone, but if you're looking at changing phones, I use in particular so many Google apps, and I did not realize how many Google apps that I used until I went to change and I got an iPhone. It was given to me brand new. I'm so excited. But I wound up having to give it back because the apps that I needed were all Android, and some of the other apps that I wanted weren't available on the iPhone. So look at your apps that you like to use before you change platforms or operating systems, I should say, and see which one you think is going to be best for you, and then go from there. Men's is planning on saving up to get the S9. That's cool. And Tanya says Google. Okay. So just, keep that in mind if you should be looking at an iPhone. The iPhone had a lot of cool features. I'm not saying it didn't. It looked like an amazing phone, but I had to give it up because none of the apps that I needed would work with the iPhone. And I hated that. Because when you have a friend who is on, she's generous enough to give you an iPhone, you hate to take it back and give it to her. So let's see, somebody else just came in. Who is this? Let me go back up. And it's grandma. Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. Keep Living is here. Hello. Oh, Men's, you want to know about playing music? I am some. Stellar is nationally recognized for the flute. She's done Lincoln Memorial. She's played in several states and done military funerals and I don't know what all. National Cathedral. You did the National Cathedral too. So yeah, she does music. And I'm just learning. Chilling with Sam is in. Hey, Sam. Oh, great. You follow me on Instagram. If I'm not following you, I'll follow you back. Man says the same. Stellar says, hi, Sam. And somebody says, congrats to Stellar. Yeah, she's really kind of a big deal in the flute world, I think. Of course, that's me. I'm going to think so. And then says, that's really cool. I hope to play my music in front of people one day. You go. Sam, I'm glad you're here. And I'm excited that you're following me on Instagram. I gotta say, yay. I'm trying to bump up my Instagram account because I really don't have that much going on. So I'm trying to use it a little bit more. So. And let's see. My screen just went white. There we go. If it comes in purple or pink. I don't know. And Min says, Stiller, do you have a YouTube channel? She says no, or she will say no because I know she doesn't. Fashion Bag Fashion Lover is back, so welcome back, Trash Bag. And Chillin' with Sam says, Nerd Girl 2021 is my tag. Awesome. I will look for that. And Men's is finishing up his album. That's cool. It's called Corrupted. Neat. Men's, have you seen Herfort's channel, HERFORTZ? That might be one that you might like to watch. He does some guitar, but he's just very creative. If you have, maybe he'll come in later. I never know. But if he does, say hi to him because you guys may want to hook up on YouTube. Taylor says, I don't do anything with my channel. Mostly I have it to make playlists. And Trash Bag Fashion Lover says, just call me Trashy. It would sound so weird in any other context. Walk up and say, hi, Trashy. I don't know. I'll try to remember to do it. Okay, Stellar wants to know if Men's has a SoundCloud. And says, let's see, Sam says, how you been, Gayle? Much love to you. I'm doing okay now. I was sick for a couple of weeks with bronchitis. Thank you for asking. Got a little rough there. So, yeah. Thank you for asking. And Min says, Stella, I have one, but I use my channel. I have 5 or 6 songs. Tanya says she's up to 50 subs on YouTube. That is amazing. Good for you, Tanya. Once you start picking up, you're going to soar. And somebody says they think that was a joke, Trashy. Okay, yep. If it's what I said, yes. I don't say it to hurt anybody's feelings. And Min says, I'm waiting to get good equipment to release music on SoundCloud. Min says, Tanya, I'm up to 816. And Sam says, I'll be right back. Instagram notifications. Okay. Does anybody mind? I could go through and start showing channels. Does anybody mind? Does anybody not want their channel shown? Let's put it that way. Okay. I'm going to start with, let's see, who is in here first as far as I can go. That would be Tanya. I'm going to show Tanya's channel first. Okay, let me get over here to the computer. Give me just a second here. there's Tanya. There we go. That's her channel. Yay. And let's see. Go in here. Who is up next? Bum, bum, bum. And let's see. What else? Going up here. Laurel, do you want me to show your channel? Keep living. You said you don't have any new content. Do you care if I show it? That way people will know what to look for if they go to join your channel. Help them find the right one. And Mins and Stellar, how do you feel about your channel being shown? I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. How did I just, okay, wait a minute, Min. Somehow I deleted one of your messages. Oh, this is so frustrating sometimes. Hold on. That was not something I meant to do. And now my computer's wigging out. Why is this not? I don't know what just happened here. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. Okay. I don't. Mins, I hope. Okay, good. I see you now. I don't know what just happened. Okay, Laurel Stewart says yes. Min says yes. Tanya got. Stellar, do you want me to show your page? Yeah, Colin has a Facebook page. We don't do anything with it at all. And Min says it's okay. Thank you, Mins. I appreciate that. And Trashy says to show hers. Okay, I'll get that up. And where does Sam go? Oh, yeah, she went to check her Instagram, didn't she? She probably won't mind. Let me pull it up. Okay. So let me get this all going here, and I'll show off some channels because I like showing off channels. Put it up. You saw your page on a tab. Sam, do you care if I show off your page? And Laurel says, Stellar, there's some good SD groups, but often many that are not. That's true. Stellar says it's a Facebook page. I'll post a link to Gayle Vlogs group. Thank you. Sam, if you're okay, I'll show your channel here in just a sec. Okay, go ahead. I don't mind. Okay, thanks. I heard somebody on YouTube say they got in trouble with YouTube because they didn't have permission to share people's channels. So now I'm like totally paranoid, which I know doesn't take much, but I like looking at the channels and showing them off on the live streams, but it never occurred to me that some people wouldn't. So let's see, what window do I have open now? Yay, it's Sam's. Okay. This is Sam's channel. Here we go. Family friendly, you all. And oh, I've got some catching up to do. Sorry about that, Sam. I'll catch up. So there she is. That's Sam. So chilling with Sam. Okay. And now we have Trash Bag Fashion Lover. There we go. And she has some liked videos there. Really neat. There you go. Oh my stars. I just got to pop on this one for a second and click on it. A wedding dress out of plastic bottles. Recycled bottle. How cool. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So, Melissa with Cheap Living, your channel is up. If you want any hints and tips about saving money and about going to Dollar General store, there you go. Target after Christmas. Lots of good stuff. And she's got some creative playlists too. And we'll look at Laurel's. There we go. Laurel's got some playlists going on there. Her channel. And we have men's. Voila. I'm going to click this tab here so you can get a better feel for her. There we go. All right. If I missed anybody, raise your hand. And Chief Living says her wedding dress was a prom dress. There you go. Don't blame you. And Taylor says, Chief Living, you put in an appearance earlier. You missed him. Chief says, amen. Tanya says, I like putting music videos in the list for everyone to check out. And Melissa says, I love that cutie. And Flashback Fashion Lover says, has anyone ever gone to the site Answer Mug? No, I haven't. That's a new site for me. What does Answer Mug have? Oh, Tanya's loving the music from Greatest Showman. Oh my gosh. Love that. And Laurel says, my Facebook is Service Dog Handlers Resources Support and Conflict Resolution. How is that for cool? Let's see if I can get into that Facebook group right now. Because I didn't know you had it. I'll put that in. I'm getting so frustrated with people over Tomlin. Yeah, Tanya asks if you can put a link in the group. Okay. And let's see. Melissa says, I have so many ideas. Yeah, I hear that. And Min says, oh, yeah, I do jewelry unboxings. Oh, that's neat. I didn't see that. And Laurel says, Tanya, how do I put a link? And Tanya says, I've not either. Ask Gayle. All you do is you go to that Facebook page and up at the top, just copy it and then paste it down in the chat screen. It may be opening up. We'll see. And Trashy says it's kind of a social network with Q&As, blogging, and other stuff. A pretty good site for socializing and asking questions. I'll have to check that out too. Tanya's going to check it out. I'm going to have to also. Questions I always have. And Stellar says something. What do you say, Stellar? You're on here somewhere. She says, Greatest Showman has a great soundtrack, and people have done some amazing covers too. And Laurel says, I just started a few months, but it's dormant because of the holidays. And Stellar's asking fashion lovers that like Cora. Tanya says, I love the song This Is Me. Melissa says, I need to get ready to sleep. It's always been a pleasure being here with you all. Good night. Melissa, good night to you too. Get some rest. Get some rest for everybody. And sleep well. And we'll talk to you on the next live stream. Y'all, Melissa's so sweet. But do check out her channel now if you need some tips on saving money. She's really got some great hauls. And she talks about saving money and coupons and things like that. And Trash and Lover says, please check out my About Me for the Answer Smug link. Okay. I don't know why that didn't show up. It got flagged for some reason. So I didn't have anything to do with it this time. So, and there it is. So we got it. And Tony says, I get told Archer is fat, but it's not true according to the vet. And he is not an American Labrador. English Labs are different. And Trash Bag says, answer mug, I mean. Okay. I'll check that. Yeah, Tomlin is overweight now, but I heard the same thing on Tomlin for like years. So, and he wasn't. So, ignore that. It's people are just rude when it comes to service dogs. So. And let's see. I think I found it. 12 members. And Carl, I'm sending. I'm typing the answers to your questions. Okay. Laurel, I just sent a friend request to your Facebook group. Do you want me to go ahead and post the link here in this group? And Stellar wants to know how Answer Mug is different from Pora. Men's OM says a happy face. And Stellar says, Tanya, you'd probably like Defying Gravity from the musical Wicked. Laurel says she gets told Candy is too skinny. And Tanya says some man grabbed his harness handle while we were walking, trying to pull him to him while calling him. I lost my temper as I was standing with him. Oh, yeah. I totally with you. You know, I don't know that there's that much we can do about that. I get so frustrated with people because there ought to be some rules where we could fight that. To me, that ought to fall under assault charges. But I don't know that it's actually possible to do that. Maybe we need to all hit up our congressmen at the state level and try to get them to do something. I don't know that the National Congress is going to do much right now, but hopefully they'll get it together. Trash Bag has to go. Nice chatting with you all. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it, and we will see you soon, I hope. Tony says adults are worse than children. Yes, they are. I totally agree. And plus, as far as I'm concerned, I can forgive children. And once in a while, I've been known to slip Tomlin's vest off. or let them go ahead if they were really interested in Tomlin as a service dog. A couple of times I have let children actually pet Tomlin. Not that it's such a great idea for Tomlin, but because I felt like educate a child something about service dogs, especially so they're not afraid of them. Because what I have found is there are sometimes a few kids, it could just be because of the size and breed of Tomlin, but sometimes they will think that he is a police dog. I have to kind of sometimes lower that anxiety. And so a couple of times I've let him pet, but I can certainly forgive kids. But you're right, it is totally the adult. And the adults are the ones that are breaking the rules with their PSAs and so forth, trying to sneak them in. So, yeah. So, sorry I went off on my little, little rant there. Just frustrating. And Laurel says, wow, Tanya. Yeah. And Min says, sometimes, LOL, I hear you. He says, ask what his name is. So I say it's Mac, and they call him Mac, come here. And Archer looks at me like, huh? That is one thing about Tomlin is he has always been great to be with myself, my husband, my daughter, and stay right with us and not so much go to people when they call his name. I'm thankful for that. Or if they don't know his name, uh, calling him just to them in general, I've not had that problem. And Tanya says, yeah, and children will ask her questions with it's fine. Yeah. Sometimes people will hear me say Tomlin's name out and they'll call him by that, but he stays, and I'm so thankful. And those are one of the things we should not have to deal with. So, men, if you ever see a service dog, ignore the dog. Yeah, Laurel, that's a good point. I did want to say that there's no fake service dogs. However, there are fake handlers. Yeah, I agree. I also think, too, there are service dogs that get labeled as fake, and it's just because they're not fully trained. You know, maybe they're trained enough to still help their human, but they just don't know how to behave in public. So the dog, to me, is still a service dog. It's just not trained to behave. He says, even if they know his name, he looks at me like, Mom, are they kidding? Good for him. Good for him. Oh, and Men's, you mentioned a little while ago, and I got sidetracked. You mentioned doing jewelry unboxings. Um, Stellar and I both make jewelry, so that's kind of neat. Yes, he does, Stellar. Archer does sound like a good boy. Yeah. But yeah, I think too, we have problems with humans with our service dogs, but I think partially it's because people are just getting rude anyway. Certainly we have the whole fake service dog issue and ESA issue, but I think still at its core, a big part of it is because people are just rude. And Tanya says, I left my jewelry from you. Thank you. I'm glad you do. And Tanya says, he's a great dog. Yes. I think Archer is. He certainly seems to be well trained, and he seems to love you. And Stellar says people are obnoxious. Yeah, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Question I get most is, does he ever act like a dog? Yeah, I've gotten that. I bet every service dog handler has gotten that. I did a video on it, maybe a long time back. But yeah. And have you had anybody hit you with the, oh, it's abuse to have a service dog? I've gotten that one a couple of times. I actually had that on a couple of my YouTube videos and had to block some people over it. Because they just feel like that keeping a dog harnessed or tested means he's not living his life, and that's abuse. And Tanya says, oh, yes. Tanya says, it was love at first sight for me. I told my mom, I hope he is mine when I first saw him. Yeah. I think that's the sweetest thing. Yep. Laurel says, Candy was actually my ESA for 2 years. Then I started training her to be my service dog. She started naturally alerting to 2 of my disabilities. And Tanya says, also, well, it's just a dog, and then try to pet him. Yeah. Petting is a problem. And with us, I think it tends to intensify the fact that Tomlin looks soft and fluffy because he's a husky. Yeah, Taylor says, I'm firmly convinced that Tomlin thinks some of his tasks are a big game. I'm convinced. Because we're starting to, because of his age, we're starting to back him off on some of the things. But there's some stuff that we will just never be able to get him not to do, like retrieve. If I drop a prescription bottle, he is on it right then, and there's no stopping him. Alerting, he's going to do. Now, we've backed off on the mobility. Yeah, he's not helping me with that as much anymore, which is okay, because when my husband's with me and I fall, I know that he's going to be able to help me. And frankly, there's like a couple of grocery stores that, because of seeing ESAs that were untrained, I don't feel comfortable taking Tomlin into. You know, one of the grocery stores, and I really think it was the same lady, but I'm not 100% sure. One in particular had her dog just going across her shoulders and wiggling around, and she had it in the buggy, which obviously is supposed to be 4 on the floor. And so there was another woman that I saw not long ago. That was at one grocery store. Then I saw this woman at Walmart, and the dog was squirming around and stuff. He was clearly marked as an ESA, but he also had a thing on his vest saying access required. Now, I know Tomlin is not going to do anything with those dogs, but when they're misbehaving like that and they're crawling all over their owner and they're squirming and they look like they're fixing to get away from their owner, I don't know how they're going to react with Tomlin. Oh, pet peeve. I'm going to quit fussing here for a little while. Let me go back here. And Laurel says she gets told that Candy looks bored. I tell people that she's focused on my needs and she loves her job. There you go. And Tanya said, I was in a store and a neighbor never blinked at him, but asked me, am I doing the right thing? That's awesome. Yes, I agree. Yeah, like the pet in Walmart that tried to attack Archie. Yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. You know, we were in Canada when Tomlin was badly attacked. And then, because like we were there and this dog was off leash and he saw Tomlin and he came over and he sniffed, and then he immediately dove right into Tomlin's neck and here we are in the middle of Canada, and I'm like, oh boy. And it took 3 of us to separate the dogs, but we got it done. But that took a while to get him back from it. Then this last time when we were in Arkansas, it just, that was a smaller dog, and it came up and started yapping and lunging and stuff at Tomlin, and Tomlin just looked at me like, really? He didn't do anything. But when you have any kind of dog coming up, they can be the best trained service dog in the world, but if they have a dog come up and they're snarling and snapping and lunging at them, that protection instinct kicks in. So, or can kick in. I mean, we didn't have a problem with Tomlin that time, but scary. And Tanya said a friend of mine who lives in Canada had her dog so badly hurt from a non-service dog it passed away. I might have to, I don't know, I might have to like really, I don't know what I would do. I think that person would be on the evening news real fast. Laurel says, actually, Gayle, 4 on the floor is not required for small dogs. Small service dogs can be carried or in a sling. Okay. Yeah, I remember that now. But this one was not doing well being carried. And she didn't actually have it where she was carrying it. She had, this second lady had a towel. She was in one of those motorized wheelchairs, and so she had a towel in the cart portion, and she had the dog in the on the towel in the buggy at one point, and then she picked him up, and he was just not happy about being picked up and was trying to squirm and arch his back and trying to get down. So I just knew she was going to drop it. Salmon Sugar is in. Hi, Salmon Sugar. Welcome. Are you thinking about using CARES for your next SD, Gayle? Yes. I'm thinking about using CARES. There's also an organization here locally that I'm thinking about talking to. We're trying to figure out exactly, and I just changed doctors recently, which is part of the problem, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what I need the dog to do. Because I'm going to have eventually surgery on this blasted knee. I don't know if I'm going to still need as much mobility support. So I don't know. Alerting to seizures, alerting to wheezing. I'm going to need help with both of those. Retrieval, I'm going to need help with, so I know some of these, but I don't know what else. So I know Tomlin, because he's a bigger dog, is trained, to push against the door and hit the handle and push it open for, emergency personnel or whoever. I think that's something that I'm going to want to continue, but I don't know what else. Salmon Sugar, how are you doing? You just hit us in the middle of a conversation with service animals, but there's no set conversation. And you're right, Laurel, it should be focused on the handler. And that was one of the problems. Laurel's asking when Tomlin will be retiring. We are backing off on Tomlin now. On anything that's mobility is off the list. So, but there's some things like, I know if I fall, I don't have to tell him. He's going to go get my husband. Or if Stellar's here, he's going to go get Stellar. And that's just something that I don't think I can get him to stop doing. So some things like that, I guess he's going to always be a service dog, and I guess he's always going to work to a certain point. It's just that we're not doing mobility anymore with that. And instead of, having him help brace so I can get up, that's off the table. So we're working back on it. And let's see. Salmon Sugar says we're doing well. and says that problems are part of life, so that we're dealing with it. Okay. It can be tough to deal with problems. Tanya says there's a list on the CARES application. Yeah, I feel like, though, what I really need is to have a really heart to heart talk with my doctor and find out from her what she thinks I'm going to need and go from there. Because it's hard to, really kind of sit down and figure it out. Because, like, with Tomlin, we had close contact with the trainers, and the trainers actually picked up on a couple of things they suggested, which was one of those was bracing. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like because she's gonna have to sign off on some paperwork anyway for some agencies. You know. Tanya says, I'm teaching Archer people's names and smells that I'm with a lot to recognize them if need be. So, and Tanya's asking her if salmon sugar is okay. Laurel's saying, will you be getting another service dog? Laurel, we're talking about it. Uh, and that's a hesitation. Um, it sounds weird. I don't want to hurt Tomlin's feelings. I don't want to put him into a great big depression or anything like that, which I know sounds weird. He's going to have to go with us because he's a go-go dog. You have him for all this time, and he gets used to going. Um, we will probably get a service dog at some point. I'm looking at agencies. I'm trying to decide, because he's 12 now, and if there's a 2-year wait, 12 is kind of old for a dog. So I don't know. But like I say, there's a lot of things that he does that he's not going to stop doing. And Tanya says that's the first thing I did. Oh, you're really Sam and Sugar. I didn't realize that you were in Mumbai. I knew that you were not in the U.S., but I didn't know that that's where you are. That is so neat. It's Tanya. It's in India. This is so cool. I was actually given the opportunity about 2 years ago to go on a mission trip to Mumbai. Didn't get to go because I had some other things going on with that was in the fall. I was looking at going to Alaska in the US that summer. So I didn't think I could do 2 mission trips that close to each other. But that's neat. And Tanya says, okay, get it. It's pretty there. And Sam and Sugar said, wow, you should have come. Yeah, friends of mine had a blast, but I didn't think I could do one mission trip in the fall and then turn around and be gone to another mission trip in the summer. I didn't think I could raise that much money and afford it. So, Tanya says, I would love to have some pictures from there to draw and paint. And Laurel says, I dread having that day. My vet said Candy can do PA for many more years, barring any health or injury. Yeah. And it's tough. It's really tough. I thought that I would be more okay with that than what I am. And it's kind of taken me off guard that I'm not happy about the thoughts of replacing Tomlin, even though he's not fully going to be replaced because you're going to be bringing a second dog in. I'm just a little surprised that I'm as hesitant about it as I am. So, yeah. I'm not sure. If my husband comes in, there's a church in Mumbai that the team went to, and if he comes back this way, I'm going to ask him which church it was. It's one of the Christian churches there. Yeah, that is so cool. Laurel says, I understand, Gail. Thank you, Laurel. And y'all, don't forget, give me a big thumbs up on the video. It is 10:21. What time is it there? Oh, I hear him on the phone. I was hoping I could like wave my husband down. Yeah, it's 9:20 where Tanya is. Thank you, Salmon Sugar. I appreciate that. I do the same. So what time is it where you are, Salmon Sugar? It's 8:55 a.m. here. Thought it might be like that. Wow. And Tanya says, I do. It's a good idea. I agree. Yeah. Hang on just a second. I'm going to see if my husband knows what church that was that they were going to, just to see, what part of town that is from you. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. You all keep talking. I'll be right back. Okay. So we didn't remember the name of it, but it's a Methodist related church, and Thomas either started it or preached there. And I know that's going back a couple of thousand years, but that's the best we could do. So if I can find out the name of that church, I'll have to put it on one of your emails. And let's see. Tanya says, Sam, do you put up any scenery or videos? If so, can I have permission to paint them? Sam and Sugar said we got our inspiration from Ellie and Jared blogs to start our channel. And Tanya says that's great. And Sam and Sugar says yes, Tanya. So, that's neat. I'm gonna have to look at Ellie and Jared blogs. They're new to me. I've not heard that. And Laurel said, "How do sleeping when you're on trips? I have a hospital bed. I commend you for your energy and positive attitude. You're such an inspiration." I don't know if I'm an inspiration. I'm just stubborn. Sleeping, we have a bed in the van, and since we designed the van to fit our specific requirements, it was easy to get the bed the right height and the right thickness and everything. So we have that. And my husband made it so that, like, we've got a little gap in between the bed and the sink, but he's designed it so that if I need to reach over and get on that sink or cabinet to help me get up, I can do that. So, a great salmon sugar. It's good to know about the link. I'll find you on Facebook. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Stellar. Welcome back. Good to see you. So that, and honestly, I will tell you, Laurel, that being in the van when it comes to traveling is so helpful because when we get tired, we can stop and I can go to sleep in the van for a while. I can't do it when we're driving, of course, but I can do it when we're stopped. So if I get tired, we can find a rest area or a Walmart and we can sleep for a couple of hours. Then I get to where I'm feeling better and we're back on the road. So it's really opened up a lot of a whole world of travel experiences that I didn't know we were going to get to have because of the van. I knew it was going to make travel easier. We got it for mission trips, so we have the van designed where it's got lots of storage in it, but having most everything that I need right there in it makes it a lot easier to travel. So, and let's see, Tanya says she understands getting a hospital bed um, and an adjustable bed with massage. And Laurel said, yes, that's a good benefit. It does. It makes life easier. Stellar can vouch. And Joe Kersey, if you guys are familiar with his channel, he actually gave us a RV that we can pull around behind us. It's in worse shape than we originally thought. So John's having to do a lot of work the front end and basically having to rebuild the front end of it. But that's going to be helpful too. Laurel says, how many years have you been traveling? My stars. Let's see. Really, I've been traveling some since I was little because we went back and forth to so many places when I was a kid growing up. And then after my parents divorced, my dad, from the time I guess I was 8 or 9, I got to be put on a plane and flown to him and his family until like high school or through high school. And then we traveled up several times to see him. And then we started taking bigger trips. So we've been, yeah, when I used to get kidded. In fact, my mother in law used to say that we could go the farthest on the least amount of money of anybody she knew of. So, while the kids were growing up, I wanted them to see a lot. And I think Stellar can vouch for you. I mean, vouch for me on that and let you know that we've been traveling a lot. So learned a lot through the years. But yeah, Stellar, our first camping trip was in 2009. And I say that we wasted a lot of time by not learning how to go camping earlier than that. Because Stellar and I, we were like hooked that first day. Or I guess the first night, we should say. Yeah. And Salmon Sugar says the Buddha water fountain was just a video I wanted to post that time. That's neat. But yeah. Laurel, have you done a lot of traveling? And Tanya, it's okay. She's going to draw that fountain. That'll be neat. And Tanya says the ocean. Neat stuff. But yeah, the van. I went for a little while. It's kind of hard sometimes because back in 2013, I had a problem, and that's when my leg quit working. So, like, I couldn't even drive for a while, and my foot had to relearn how to walk. So, I spent 5 months trying to get my foot to relearn how to take a step, and I was only partially successful. So during that time, I really didn't travel at all. And then I really tried getting more back into it because basically I got mad and I'm like, I am not going to live my life being an invalid in the house somewhere. So when I let's see, Taylor says camping at Disney that time made me reconsider how much I like camping though. Yeah, and what Stellar's referring to is one of the times when we went camping to Walt Disney World. It stormed just magnificently. And so not only did it storm, but we had left the top of the tent. We were in a tent at this time, and we'd left the top of the tent uncovered. So it was bad. It was bad. And we were just drenched, soaking wet by the time we got back to the campsite. And everything in the campsite was drenched, soaking wet. So we were having to go right then and put everything in the laundry room. Fortunately, we were really close to the laundry, and we were putting everything in there, and we were just washing and drying clothes as fast as we could. It was crazy. And Tanya says, I want to see the sea, LOL. You should. Oh, Too Tall 223 is in. Hello. Welcome. And Salmon Sugar says, actually, we're going through tough times since November, but just trying to upload some videos on our channel. Salmon Sugar, I am sorry you're going through tough times. It can be very difficult to maintain any kind of schedule. So concentrate more on yourself. Make a few videos, maybe put up shorter videos. But I understand. Okay, and Salmon Sugar says still not out of the woods. And Tanya says if you ever need to talk about anything, just message me, Salmon Sugar. I second that. And Tanya says, what an adventure. Yeah, it was interesting. Taylor says we'd left the rain covers off because it had rained and we were trying to dry everything, as I recall. I don't remember that. I just remember the top being off. And Laurel said, I did, but only on Trailways bus or a plane from Cincinnati to Anaheim, where Disneyland is. I grew up in Anaheim. And Salmon Sugar says, I'm looking for a job being a CA. It's funny, I'm jobless. And says CA is equivalent to CPA. That's a lot of training. Surely you'll find something soon. Here, I don't think CPAs are out of job long. That's really tough because not only do you have the burden of working on videos, but providing for your family. So I'm sorry that you're going through that. So, are you monetized? Can we help you at all by making sure we watch all of your videos and watching a lot more of them? Will that help? And Tanya says, I also want to go on a train, but don't know about taking Archer. And Stellar's wishing Sam and Sugar good luck on the job hunting, as is Tanya. Stellar says Tanya Archer would probably be fine on an electric or a diesel train. Could be. And Sam and Sugar says India is a population explosion. Yeah. I understand that. That's what I heard. Still, I mean, even when there's a population explosion, there's got to be jobs because more people mean more things to do. And that's got to mean at some point more jobs. So I really hope you find something. Yeah, a lot of people here. Yeah. And Laurel's saying she hopes you find work soon. And I second that. Yeah. It's really a tough position to be in when you're jobless, and I sympathize. And Doll223 says, I've been working. I haven't uploaded a video in myself. Working on 2 chicken farms is rough, but got to do what I can for my kids and fiance. Got to pay the bills somehow. And Salmon Sugar said, yes, sure. Please help in any way from YouTube. Okay. Because I don't know what the exchange rate is. So, I mean, if I give you, if you do anything and I catch you on a live stream, if you're monetized, certainly there's a super chat, but they take so much of it. So, but I will go through and try to stream as many of your videos in total as I can. So, and Tanya says it's honest work to talent. I agree. Keep us posted too, because we're going to be pulling for you that you get a job, and not just a job. We're going to be pulling that you get the job that you want. So we're going to cheer you on. Keep us posted. So. And Stellar says he should be okay for a short trip. For a longer trip, check with customer service for the train. Yes. Salmon Sugar says all our videos are monetized. Awesome. So you all, if you're watching this, Salmon and Sugar, they're monetized. And because of being in between jobs, if anybody wants to help watch their videos, that would be a great thing. It won't help a whole lot, Salmon Sugar, but maybe it'll help some. And Tanya says, how do you handle potty time for an SD on a train, boat, or plane? I have not done planes because I don't want to deal with the TSA. So I drive. But as far as on a train, when we did the monorail at Walt Disney World, there was lots of short stops. So I never was on a long train ride. But I would say talk to them and find out. And Stellar says, kudos to you. It's hard work. And Tanya wants to know if liking the videos will help with monetizing. Tanya, you know, that's interesting because what happens is they look for YouTube, looks for interaction on the videos. So the comments, the comments on the live streams, I understand still help, but mostly it's comments after the videos have gone up. And what they do with the likes, what they do with that is more interaction that they see, more that they can see that there's value to that video. So what they're doing is the more value that they have, that they feel like a video is going to be, the more likely they are to serve that video. And then the more likely they are to serve that video, the more people there are that are going to watch it. So it's kind of this giant circle because the more people that there are to watch a video, there's more interaction possibility. And so it's kind of this circle because you need to have the interaction to generate the possibility of your video being served. And then when your video is being served, that's more interaction. So you can kind of see how that goes. So yes, it will help with the likes because it means the video is going to be served more, potentially. And let's see. Stellar says, going back up here in the chat a little bit, Stellar says that some airports have relief areas, which is good to know. It all says, I tell my bosses, rain, sleep, or snow, they need me, call, I'll walk to work no matter how the weather is. I work on getting my license. Tanya says, not going, it just curious. It all says, I meant sleep, not sleep. I got you. And Tedall says, you need your driver's license. Tanya's saying, good luck on getting your license. And Tudall says, I know I'm 31 and I haven't gotten them yet, but my boss is helping me out. I got my learners for the second time, passed my learners with flying colors. There you go. Didn't even study the book. That is awesome. So it's tough. But, don't worry about being 31. Age doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a goal, you set it, and you're achieving it. There's no, like on getting your license, there's no giant time crunch as far as age. It's just a matter of when you want to get it. That's what matters. So I think that's cool. So, and depending on where you are, there are some places where you don't need a driver's license at all. And so some people live their whole lives without getting it. So there you go. And Tanya says, you're doing well getting it. Laurel says, that's great too, doll. I agree. I think it's cool. And Stellar says, I didn't get mine until late too. Good on you for passing. And that's true. It took a while for her to get it. And Tanya says, I decided not to due to bad vision and slow reflexes. And that's okay. I think it's better for you to decide than for somebody to put their values or their feelings off on you. I mean, this is a decision that you came up with, so obviously it's the best thing for you. So, yeah, I think the big thing is to make up our own minds about things. Tanya says, I use an electric scooter to get around town. Those things are great. And Tanya says, my seminary roommate hasn't gotten hers either for similar reasons. And that's okay. And Laurel says, Gayle, how long have you been helping people on social media? Helping people is in what way? Help me with this. Because I know if you mean how to make money on the internet, I've been doing that since like, oh gosh, 2007, 6. As far as people, just kind of helping people kind of find their way in life, I guess since about 90. Well, my first website up in like December 95, January, February 96, something like that. So I guess you could say then. It kind of depends on how you mean it. He says, I tease my mom, my car needs no gas. That's awesome. And Stellar says, since before social media became a thing. Yeah. Well, it goes back. It's actually before social media was called social media. Because before that, we had chat rooms, we had ICQ, we had AOL Messenger, we had chat rooms on CompuServe, AOL, different kinds of, just all different kinds of sites. And so, yeah, I don't know. Laurel says, I mean, just being an encouragement. Yeah, probably that's when my first website was put up. I don't know how much about being an encouragement I am, but I try. And here's the thing. Here's what really frustrates me about life. And that is people will push their views off on other people, and that's not right. Each person has the right to make up their own minds about whatever, whether it's going to school, whether it's getting a job, whether it's dating. I don't care if you're trying to make up your mind whether or not to take a paint class. It's just that everybody has the right to feel good about themselves. Everybody has the right to feel beautiful and to have a sense of self esteem that's built on decisions that they've made. So if I can help somebody, not give up on their dreams or help them find their way and make up their own minds on things and push the negative voices out of their heads, and that's what I want to do. So, and I've done some speaking to like groups and churches and stuff, and it's really cool. So, and Laurel says, yes, you are. That's what made me keep coming back to your videos. Laurel, you're a doll. Thank you. Because, I mean, that's just my thing. And I really feels like it goes back like to when I was a kid and I was told that I could not do so many things. I was predicted I was going to have this awful, terrible life and just a lot of just terrible predictions. And for a while, I bought into that because when you have your family telling you this, and it's your mom, it's your grandmother, that's her mom, and whatnot, then you start to internalize that. And then at some point, you realize, hey, I don't have to live that way. And so, like, life for me has been filled with lots of little turning points and some therapy. Therapy has helped. But I remember, like, one of the things was about going to Alaska. I can remember coming home as a kid, and somebody had come to our school and talked to us about driving to Alaska and the animals they saw. And I remember coming home and I was so excited. And I was like in kindergarten and first grade at the most, but I really think it was kindergarten. And I came home and I told my mom, it's like, I want to go to Alaska. And my mom looked at me and going, ain't no way you're going anywhere like that ever. And so I remember like bringing it up once before and being told I was stupid for it. And, it's just one of those things. I just went ahead and did it back in 2009. I had the opportunity and I can't even explain it. It's just like it was mentioned, and it's just like one of those things. And it's like I knew I was supposed to do it. Not just that I wanted to, but just like it was something that I was supposed to do. And so Stellar here, she and I piled in the PT Cruiser. It was a mission trip, so we had to help fundraising. And we drove it, and we had this little PT Cruiser absolutely packed to the gills with all sorts of stuff for the team. It was the funniest thing. I remember being at church and we were talking, and the whole thing was on going to Alaska. And one of the ladies says, oh, you're going to have a fun time flying. And I looked at her and I'm like, I'm not flying, I'm driving. And, she looked around and then she looked at me and she lowered her voice and goes, does your husband know? And I'm like, yeah, he does. So even like at that point in time, there were people saying no. And I've seen so many people achieve such major things because they started listening to themselves and drowning out those other voices. It was cool. And let me go back here to the chat. And let's see. Tony says we're all like snowflakes, each unique. I totally agree. Too Tall 223 says, I tell everyone I know it's cheaper to walk. Only thing gotta do is keep yourself full with plenty of water. There you are. And Tanya's Stellar says, but unlike snowflakes, we don't melt easily. And Tanya says, I understand that also will. People always do that to me. And says, haha, true, Stellar. And then Laurel says, my mom had doctors told she could never have kids because of her severe scoliosis. And she wound up having 6 kids. Good for your mom. And then Tanya says, I'm 43. Mom still says to me, you'll never marry. She means no harm, but it still hurts. I've always said she doesn't know everything, doctors. Okay. And Stellar says, you never know, Tanya, don't give up. And Tanya says, I never will. Thanks, Stellar. Tanya, you have a deep faith in God. So do I. And when God puts somebody in your life that you know you're going to get married to, you'll recognize it. You know, he just does things like that. And 223 says, I know when I was in school, I got turned down to play basketball. I was told I was too tall to play basketball. I'm only 6'5". Wow. Yeah. Did you find a way to play, or tell me how this turned out? I gotta know. And Tanya says, they said I'd never walk. Surprise. And Tanya says, that's surprising, doll. Yep. And Laurel says, I had family, classmates, school teachers, and neighbors. My Sunday school teachers and my faith made me persevere. My 6th grade teacher said I would amount to nothing in front of my mom. And obviously, your 6th grade teacher was incorrect. And that's the thing. You know, life is filled with inspiration. And, you know, people look for big miracles sometimes, and they overlook things like Anya was told she was never going to walk. She proved them wrong. You were told you would never amount to anything. Your teacher was wrong. I got Stellar in here. Stellar she was told she would never go away to school and she would never achieve in music. As we talked earlier, they were wrong. And as far as her not achieving in school, she has a master's degree and she moved away to do it. You know, Tall 223 says, my way of looking at things is never to give up. You give up, you get nowhere in life. There you go. Stellar, good night. Thank you for coming in. And Too Tall, there you go. What I See Journey is in. Hello, What I See. Welcome. And y'all, don't forget, like on this live stream, okay? I love that attitude more than anything because that will get you through. And Tanya says, silly people, we are God's miracles. Absolutely, exactly right. And Laurel said, I meant family, classmates, and neighbors didn't support me. I understand. I understand that all too well. But sometimes you just, they can be so wrong. I'm going to see if I can find something here. You know, I would have this disastrous life, and life would be terrible, and I'd never amount to anything. Like I said, and let me show you what happened. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. I'm screen sharing. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can blow it up. I scanned this. And this is from President H.W. Bush. I may have showed this to you before, and if I did, I'm getting boring, and I'm sorry. So, yeah, this is a letter from 2002. So it's kind of old. I know, I get that. But there you go. So I kind of feel like for somebody who was told that she wouldn't make it, maybe that's not right. So, just you never know what somebody is destined for. And let's see, Tanya says, it can happen, Laurel. People love us, but protect us too tightly. I agree. And Tanya says, love to shoot hoops, but I miss most of the time football. And Sam and Sugar say, wow. Yeah, Sam and Sugar, just don't give up with what you're going through, looking for the job. Don't be down on yourself because you're in between jobs right now. Take care of yourself. Believe in yourself. Yeah. And Tanya says, awesome and congratulations. You're welcome. Somebody said thank you. And Laurel says, I think I really am going to do an ebook. You gave me the support and encouragement I needed. Thank you, Gayle. Aw, Ray. There you go. And What I See Journey says, hi, Tanya. I was just at your place. And Laurel says, thanks, Tanya. And Tanya says, I had a teacher in college said when he found out I had cerebral palsy, says, I didn't know people like you could get the grades you do. Sam and Sugar says, thanks again. You're welcome. And don't give up. And, you've got folks here. We can help you by watching your videos. I'm going to do it. Somebody else said they would do it. I know it's going to take a little while to get the money, but hopefully, that'll at least help. And I'll share them too. So, do the best we can to help each other out. And Tanya says, great, and says she was flabbergasted. Too Tall 223 says, what keeps me motivated is my two lovely kids, my 12-year-old daughter, which she's autistic, and my 11-year-old son who plays football for the rec department and going to play for middle school. There you go. That is fabulous. So, and, I just love this. I'm sorry that your daughter has autism. I know that's rough. Several of my friends have kids who have autism, and my older daughter actually married someone who was on the spectrum. And I've got friends who have kids ranging from nonverbal to brilliant and can't come out of the range. So I know there's a whole big range. And that's exciting about your son, too. And Sam and Sugar, Laurel saying she'll view your videos. Cool. And I think, let me see if I can find something real quick. I may be doing another screen share here in just a minute if I can find it. If I can find this. But I think the UT basketball team, actually had somebody on it who was blind. He couldn't see out of one eye. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I can't find it. If I find it, maybe we can talk about it next week. Oh, here we go. Talking about people being told they can't do something and then really showing that they can. Let me see if I can screen share this. Just so you know. Um, ta-da. Now this one's in high school. Um, but that's, you just never know. So reach for dreams for both of your kids. Oh, sugar's from the Philippines. So from the Philippines to India. That is a huge change. That is so cool. Have you been on Facebook? Aw, that is cool. I just want to go back to the chat there after showing that. Mm-mm-mm. And Tutal says, talking about the kids motivating Tutal. I think that's just awesome. You never know. And don't give up on your daughter either. Okay. Cause she's got a reason for being here. Mm. Well, y'all, it's 11 o'clock. I usually try to go for, I know I'm not going to say that this time. Usually I try to keep the videos to an hour, and I never keep them to an hour lately. This is awesome. But I do think that in a few minutes I'm going to cut because I'm getting kind of tired. Not tired of you all, just like still getting over. I think I'm still zapped from the bronchitis. I have really appreciated everybody being in here. This has been like one of the coolest nights. And I appreciate it. Let's say Tanya is saying time for bed. Um, Laurel says, too tall, you have a great outlook. And I would have to say, yes, I would agree. And Tanya's only going to bed if Archie will share. Archie being her service dog, who takes up most of the bed, apparently. Mine does too. Tanya says, you were all fantastic. You certainly are. And I think so too. So, too tall, Sam and Sugar, Tanya, Laurel, everybody that's been in here, I really appreciate your time, you being here. And I'm going to sign off. Too tall, keep us posted on just how life goes. Sam and Sugar, keep us posted on your job. I'm excited. And Too Tall says, I noticed you had, wait a minute, I don't know why this is hiding. This is totally crazy. I noticed you had my channel in your tab. I got some videos of my kids. I started my channel to help my daughter. It keeps her calm watching my videos. And Sam and Sugar says, I'll be all catch some sleep while Sam goes fishing for jobs. LOL, we sure will. And Laurel says, yes, have to recharge my mental batteries. Good night. Utah, I'm going to watch some of your videos. Actually, right quick. And yes, I did have it up specifically for that reason. You care if I share your video right quick before we go? I mean, your channel, so people will know kind of what they look for. Because if you're good with it, I'll show it, and then I'll hop off. Right after that, I'll say goodbye. And Tanya says, "Night, I'll keep in touch." And Sam and Sugar says, make sure to have at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Wishful thinking. Okay, well, I don't have permission from Too Tall to share, so I'm not going to. You all can check out Too Tall and everybody else's channels. Oh, my channel, I don't mind. My channel is free to everyone. Okay. In that case, I'm going to show it real quick, just so when people go to your video, they'll know, I mean, your channel, they'll know for sure they're at yours. And so here we go. Too Tall, 223. There you go. There you are. And Salmon Sugar, there's Salmon Sugar is again. Awesome. And Laurel says she tries to keep a regular sleep time. Okay. Good for you. And Tanya's asking, Salmon Sugar, may I pray for you? And Salmon Sugar says they'll give the best. Too Tall says thanks. You are welcome, Too Tall. Glad to do it. All right. Well, thank you all again for coming tonight. I appreciate it. And don't forget, click like on the video. Now, go out, live bodacious, be bodacious, grab life, don't let go of it, and have fun. And we're going to see you all out about and online Wednesdays at 3, Sunday nights at 9, and I'll talk, that's Eastern time. So you have to figure out your time zones from there. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a good night.